What's going on, YouTubers? For ladies and gentlemen, it's the Natural Born Thriller, and welcome everyone to Impact Wrestling Review, the show from August 5th, 2021, in Nashville, Tennessee, at the Skyway Studios with Matt Striker and D'Lo Brown as your commentators. And this was the fallout of what happened for Impact Wrestling's Homecoming that was on Impact Plus, and I'm just gonna jump right into it because I don't want to waste any more time. I want to get through these reviews because I got a lot of catching up to do. Routines to Impact Wrestling and routines to AEW, and I'll talk routines to AEW portions of it. Routines to where I'm at. Routines to AEW Dark Elevations. Routines to if I'm gonna do a final reviews of it if I'm going to, but we'll see. But let's get right to it. Chris Bay, being accompanied by the never overweight champion Jay White versus Juice Robinson, being accompanied by David Finlay. So Chris Bay and Juice Robinson had a good match here, with you have some outside involvement, obviously. But yeah, Chris Bay going with a running dropkick. Juice Robinson going for the vertical suplex, but Chris Bay counters into a headlock. Juice Robinson crashes and burns with a cannonball in the corner, basically missing. That's basically what it was written here. Allowing Chris Bay to hit the famous sir, pulling guy to count, or it should be called the finesse sir. Okay, that sounded corny, but he is the ultimate finesse though. So, anyways, but yeah, got to count for that. Juice Robinson, great separations with a big spine buster. He does a very good spine buster, by the way, Juice Robinson. Then this time he successfully hits the running cannonball in the corner. Sorry about that, folks. Let me continue. JY and JB Finlay were battling outside. Basically with a chance to distractions here because Chris Bay, do you remember what he did to behind the referee's back when they were just going on? But in the end, basically he didn't get a clean win here. Which is very disappointing, because Chris Bay deserves to get a clean win here. But in the end, he did get a win over Juice Robinson with the art of finesse. Oh yeah, I remember now. Juice Robinson was distracted because of the brawl between Jay White and David Finlay, which it led to Chris Bay going for the springboard and going for the ultimate finesser, which is springboard cutter that he does, and gets the win. And not much to say about that. So there you go. Oh yeah, except for one thing. Jay White decided to reward a Bullet Club t-shirt to Chris Bay. So Chris Bay is now officially part of Bullet Club. And I think it's great. Now all we need to do is Chris Bay is to get out of Impact Wrestling and go to New Japan Pro Wrestling. That way he would get a bigger push there than in Impact Wrestling. Violent by Design, they want their rematch for the Impact World Tag Team Championship against the Good Brothers at Emergence. And there you go. And it pertains to the Good Brothers versus the Dark Order. I'll get to that review when I can. And that's basically what I'm just say from there. So, Fire and Flavor. They tell Gia Miller that the recent strings of loses, they were going to get back on track when they faced Jordan Grace and Rachel Ellering, which we'll get to that, which that ends up being the main event. Wait, no, actually, that wasn't the main event. Now, I remember now. The main event was the one that I thought about. That review pertains to Fire and Flavor versus Decay, which involves Rosemary and Havoc. So yeah, my mistake for that. Matthew Rayrell and the Knockouts champion Deonna Purrazzo head into the ring after winning their Homecoming King of the Ring tournament. I mean, King and Queen tournament, I should say. Deonna Purrazzo, brags about her list of accomplishments. All of a sudden, Mickie James comes out, and when she came out, I'm like, okay, now, it's just very disrespectful to the Virtuosa. Because now she's come out to interrupt her, and John Purcell took offense of that. Mickie James said, "That's not what I'm actually doing." And I said to myself, that's exactly what you did. You came out there and you interrupted her when she's talking. So Mickey James is here that to force to sign the contract against an opponent for her at NWA's in for the Knockouts title. And which, by the way, the pay-per-view is going to be on August 28th. Deonna Purrazzo demands to know whose opponent's going to be. All of a sudden, we get to who's ends up being the opponent. She comes out. She was actually there. Melina. So yeah, this whole thing of Melina, we're just back to I mean, at this point now, the rumors should have been dead a long time ago. Since then, but the rumors of Melina coming to WWE was actually false. Melina is still working for NWA and now doing things with Impact Wrestling. And yeah, she's gonna be the opponent. And yeah, this will be the first time I ever see Melina versus Deonna Purrazzo, because I don't think they ever had a match before. Same thing when it pertains to Deonna Purrazzo and Thunder Rosa. And I think eventually it will pertain to Deonna Purrazzo and Mickie James. I think it's going to lead to Bound for Glory. I could be wrong, but I think that's going to be the match at Bound for Glory. Mickie James versus Deonna Purrazzo for the Knockout title. So we'll see how that plays out. But for now, they're building up in Power, where it pertains to Melina versus Deonna Purrazzo, which obviously Deonna Purrazzo ain't losing. But also, by the way, I also want to talk about too Triple Mania, basically Triple A, the Lucha Libre promotion. I'm gonna do reviews of that too, by the way, where it pertains to Triple Manias. So there you go. But yeah, but I look forward to the match though between Melina and Deonna Purrazzo. GML talks to Taylor Wilde, who's now back after whatever happened to her when it pertains to what Tina Dashwood did. She was absent for 2 months. I didn't even know that was that long. But says that that someone reported her as a suspect person to border security. Because she's Canadian. The whole thing. And I remember at the time when they did the whole thing where we're still a while and you had Deonna Purrazzo acting all innocent of the snow, but she was. I didn't catch anything at that time, and then when Taylor Wilde returned, and then that whole thing happened with with her returning, and Deonna Purrazzo was like she's accusing me of has something to do with her being gone, and then I think it was during the time when Gina Miller was interviewing Brian Myers and Tina Dashwood to say, versus to the match that they had on Impact Wrestling, and I can't remember who else was there too. But yeah, Kill with a K, who's also teamed up with them too as well. Where GML was like, I can't remember how it was done. But yeah, saying that Terry Wilde never said that you attacked or do something having to do with that, whatever, something like that. And I thought that was so stupid. That was even that I don't know. I just didn't like it. And maybe because I don't like the direction that Tina Dashwood's in right now. Let's face it, Tina Dashwood's what she's doing right now in Impact Wrestling sucks. And Careful with K didn't make any better at all. But anyways, Taylor Wilde said that she's gonna basically she named that person was Kylan with a K or something like that. I'm like, this is terrible. After talking about Kill for K, taking care of, I meant to say, taking out, whatever. Taylor Wilde challenges Tina Dashwood to a match, and I was not looking forward to that. And sure enough, I was right. I was not looking forward to that match, and what they did for that match too, I'll get to when I get to the next review, to the next review of that. So, Kimberly, she vows to bring mother. The souls are, pertains to request, whatever, it's not that. So yeah, Kimberly's looking like Su Young. Now the thing is, can she pull it off? You'll find out when I get to our next review of Impact Wrestling, because we get to Jake Something versus Davari versus Ray Rajul being accompanied by Shira versus Trey Miguel in a four-way match to crown a new number one contender to face the X Division champion. I'm assuming at Emergence. Match itself, it was good. Um, you had Josh Alexander, who's the current X Division champion. I don't remember if he was out there watching it. I don't think he was out there watching it, but I digress. But yeah, Trey Miguel, who flies very early on with a Spearman moonsault onto the floor. To those that were out there. Uh, Jake takes control of running by doing a running crossbody, taking everyone out of the that was on the apron, which was nice, but it was the way it was done. Jake launches Great Rajul, who then hits Devar with a DDT in midair. Jake hits Trey Miguel with a massive sit-out powerbomb, where Rajul ends up breaking up the pin. Davari trips up on Rajul from the outside, but gets caught by a black hole slam by Jake Something. In this case, Jake Something should call it the Something's slam, or something like that. I don't know. But anyways, he got the win. Jake Something got the win, and I want him to win too, because based on the highlights I saw between Jake Something versus Josh Alexander from other promotions that were wrestling that, that's a match I'd love to see happening at Emergence, and sure enough, we're getting that, and it's gonna be for the X Division Championship title. That's gonna be something worth watching, so, and worth talking about. We had an altercation where Tinsel Rajul throwing bags around. Apparently he threw one of Matt Cardona's bags to him, whatever, something like that. That almost hit Chelsea Green. So there was an altercation there. Shira was got physical to a little, but never much really happened. But that's basically what they're building up right now. Matt Cardona and Chelsea Green in a program with Rick Rajul and Shira. They need an Indian chick to be along with them if they want to go up against Matt Cardona and Chelsea Green, because Chelsea Green is a woman, and then they need a woman on their side of this whole thing, because I don't see this whole thing with Shira. I don't know. Maybe Matt Cardona could find a partner of his choosing. I guess. Who knows? We'll see. But I think the feud is going to be Matt Cardona and Roy Rajul, so that'll be something to see. The X Division champion Josh Alexander is being interviewed by Gina Miller. Also, he gets interrupted by Davari, and basically, he should won and blah 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 and everything. And then Josh Alexander, what you have to do, if you want to challenge the title, you could just ask, in fact, we'll just have an exhibition, if you could beat me, you get a future title shot. And from there, I was like, again with this whole, if you beat me, you get a shot at me again, this time for the title. I hate that shit, but it's whatever. Fire and Flavor, Kiera Hogan and Tasha Steelz versus Jordan Grace and Rachel Ellering. They need a tag team name for these two, Jordan Grace and Rachel Ellering, since they're gonna be sticking them as a tag team, which is great. I want them to break them up in the first place. I would have been pissed if they would have broken them up and having Jordan Grace being a heel. So, but the match itself, it was good. Between the two, the two teams. So, and especially pertains to Kiera Hogan's final tapings for Impact Wrestling, since she's already gone, and you already know where she is right now. She's in AEW. She's not someone in AEW, but based on what they're doing for right now on Dark Elevations and on Dark, they need to sign her, especially what they're gonna do with her this current Friday, because pertains to AEW Rampage. So, will they do it? Who knows? And hopefully they do. I really want her to stick around. To other promotions, and not go to WWE where she can't go anywhere else. And let's just say this: if she goes to WWE, you know, she'll be on NXT for a little while, but once she gets to the main roster, retains to call ups. Say goodbye to your OnlyFans account, Kiera Hogan, if you do go to WWE. Yo, but when it's in NXT, they don't care. Yeah, if once you get to the main roster, that's a whole different ball game. But I don't want to go there either way. So, but again, if it's her choice to go there, she can go there. But I think she made her choice now. She wants to be part of AEW. Hopefully, AEW takes off that offering. But as far as the match, Jordan Grace with a spine buster. And then we get an Irish whip. Where it pertains to Jordan Grace ripping Richard Irving to Tasha Steelz in the corner. I believe that's what it was. Jordan Grace goes with a muscle bustle, but Tasha Steelz fights out of it. Gets attacked to Kiera Hogan. Makes a huge momentum shift for Fire and Flavor to wear down Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace creates separations for a double vertical suplex to Fire and Flavor. Jordan Grace hits Kiera Hogan with a Vader bomb. Goes for a leg drop. I mean that was a combination where it changes Jordan Grace doing a Vader bomb and then Richard Irving doing a leg drop off the second rope, turn into a leg drop. I'm not sure how she does it though. It's a unique way she does it. So when Kiera Hogan goes for a super kick, super kick. I meant to say, excuse me, super kick. And got basically his super kick to Richard Ellering for a 2 count. And Kiera Hogan went for something again. And she hit Tasha Steelz. I'm thinking about am I thinking about what happened at the rematch that Kiera Hogan and Tasha Steelz had with Rosemary and Havoc? I think that's what happened too. My memory's all blurry now at this point. But either way, Richard Irving goes for her Black Hole Slam to Kiera Hogan and gets the win. So yeah, once again, another losing belt of Kiera Hogan before her way out. Which she's already on her way out either way. These are tapings for Impact Wrestling, but basically basically what Impact Wrestling has been doing here, which is nothing new with Kiera Hogan. They're dropping her, and they're dropping her way out of this company. So, Tasha Steelz doesn't look happy after the match, because they lost. Kiera Hogan, and Tasha Steelz in the middle of the ring. You knew something was gonna happen, but but I wasn't expecting this though. I was expecting some type of turn happening, which is on Tasha Steelz turning on Kiera Hogan, but not this type of turn. Savannah Evans. She's the cannibal. Savannah Evans. She wrestled on AEW before, and she wrestled other promotions as well. And she is a cannibal, by the way. If you see her matches, and you see her what she's what her persona is in pro wrestling, she is the cannibal for a reason. So she comes out, and she lays out Kiera Hogan, and Tasha Steelz just stand there, crossing her arms like that, like it was a hit. This was a hit on Kiera Hogan, and that was it. And she leaves with basically Tasha Steelz and Savannah Evans leaves. They leave Kiera Hogan in the middle of the ring, and that was it. That's the end of Fire and Flavor. That's the end of that whole thing. That was at the end of Kiera Hogan on the show. Unfortunately, it wasn't, because we'll get to what happened on the next Impact Wrestling review, which I was disgusted with. But hey, as far as Savannah Evans, great pickup there for Impact Wrestling for bringing her in. So we'll get to what they're doing with that whole thing. And what I thought they was going to do was going to have Tasha Steelz be the Shawn Michaels, and have Savannah Evans as the Diesel of the team. Yeah, which that's been played before, many times, especially in WWE. But we also got the same thing with chance to Ace Austin and Matt Fulton, but we see how that turned out. A joke, which is disappointing. But anyways, but there you go. We'll talk more about that when we get to that Impact Wrestling review. The next one though. AEW's Frankie Kazarian says it was yeah, it was his ongoing war against the Elite because he's the Elite Hunter that brought him back into Impact Wrestling for the first time in 7 years. He's been gone from that company for 7 years. And remember having his last stint 7 years ago, Menagerie, enough said. And on top of that, they was not, treating him right anyways during that time. Same thing with Christopher Daniels. But he was being interviewed by Jim Miller, by the way, and yeah, that's basically what it was. And it was into the whole thing. At this point, it's getting played out, folks. I'm sick and tired of the Elite. I'm sick and tired of the Young Bucks. I'm sick and tired of Kenny Omega's title reigns. Sick and tired of the Good Brothers not being the New Japan that they should be. I'm getting sick and tired of this whole thing. Scott Demoy, he decided to add Rich Swann and William Mack to the Impact World Tag Team Championship match at Emergence, alongside with Vine by Design, to go up against Good Brothers. Basically, we get a three-way tag team match. That's if Rich Swann and William Mack can defeat Vine by Design. So, Steve Macklin, he went up against some guy named Jossie, and he destroyed him, beat him, because they built him up. So, he talks about. I'm sorry. He was gonna to add more insult to injuries to Jay Saw, whatever, JC, whatever, Jossie, and then P. Williams comes out for the save. So they build up that program, maybe for Emergence. Who knows? We'll see. Scott Demoy, he brags. Yeah, he brags up in another. Did I read it right, by the way? Barges. Okay, he barges in. Meant to say. Barges in. My apologies. Scott Demoy barges in to one another edition of Team Dashwood's. It's all about me, talk show. I don't remember much of it. Maybe because I skipped it. Maybe because I didn't watch it because I don't care anymore because Team Dashwood is garbage now. But basically, it was Scott Demoy who talks about to inform her that she's gonna have a match against Taylor Wilde, and we'll get to when we get to it. That ended up being the opener for the next review I'm gonna do. So we'll get to that. We talk. Sorry, I'm trying to read. Okay. So prepares to compete in the number contenders battle royal match. Chris Sabin declares that his rivalry with Musa is far from over, and there you go. Nothing but say about that. Basically, it was the between Musa and Chris Sabin here. So, and we'll get to that battle royal when we get to it. That ends up being the main event on the next review of the show. We get to Impact World Champion Kenny Omega and the Impact World Tag Team Champions, the Good Brothers, Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson, with Don Callis versus Frankie Kazarian, Sami Callihan, and Eddie Edwards. Now, this was the main event, and if you remember my last review of Impact Wrestling, which has been a while because I'm trying to play catch up and I've been busy, so I apologize, folks. Work's been kicking my ass, as you already know, but anyways, the whole thing where Sami Callihan saying he's not going to go for it, it's not going to work. And Edwards thinking about it wasn't going to work because Tom Dreamer suggested Edwards to be in this match, and then it isn't working. So this match hasn't been good. Frankie Kazarian went up against Kenny Omega. He he gained some. He hit with an upper hand with a springboard leg drop. Gallows goes for a deliver a big boot. Can make it gain some control from there. Frankie Kazarian begins to fight back out of the corner, makes attack to Eddie Edwards. Omega brings his momentum to a halt by hooking the leg. Carl Anderson capitalizes with a top rope elbow. The Elite crush Eddie Edwards with a triple splash that they always do. As I don't remember how long they've been doing that, but it's at this point it's getting annoying now. It's like piggyback ride or something like that. And then we'll fall down. Doggy pile on Eddie Edwards, I guess. I don't know. This is why I can't stand the elite no more. And one of the reasons why I stopped watching BTE. Eddie Edwards takes Gallows off his foot. He gets a tag to his nemesis in Sami Callihan. Sami Callihan starts taking out Kenny Omega. Omega hits Frankie Kazarian with a V trigger. Kazarian sends Gallows toppling on the floor with a clothesline over the top. Basically Cactus Jack style. Sami Callihan takes out Omega with a pop drum on the apron. Nice, by the way. 8 hours with the blue thunder bomb on Carl Anderson, and then he goes to finish off with the Boston Knee Party. So, and the something they did Sami Callihan and 8 hours working together, and like I said, it played out very well. Now I thought there was gonna be some kind of dissension or what's the other word that I can't really think of it, but yeah, you know what I mean. When it's not coexisting, but it's working out pretty well on their side, so they won. Frankie Kazarian, Sami Callihan, and Eddie Edwards. And Eddie Edwards celebrating. All of a sudden, he gets attacked by W. Morrissey. And Sami Callihan just standing there looking all, and everything. Until finally, when W. Morrissey was done beating him up and everything, he decided to get in the ring. I mean, look, he was hesitant, he was hesitant to get in the ring, but at the same time, he was since the work was done, there's no need to help him at this point now, but it was whatever. I don't know if they're going somewhere with that. Maybe it wasn't meant to be played that way. I don't know. I just don't know. Because the camera they caught that part. Maybe they was trying their best to not catch that part because they didn't want Sammy or Eddie having any interactions. Ever since the whole thing that they did back in 2018. Which obviously was an accident though, but still. They basically want to do this whole thing where it's they're just Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart of this whole thing, where it pertains these guys hate each other, and they played out very well too with that whole thing, so that's all there is to it. But I don't mind seeing them as a tag team though. If the idea is to bring them together as a tag team, that'd be cool. Well, I like that. But this whole thing with W. Morrissey and Eddie Edwards is not over yet. So, and that will do it for this edition of Impact Wrestling's review, the show from August 5th, 2021. The Tomorrow Wrestling, I'm about to get to it right now. 5 matches. There you go. And my overall rating for the show, I'm going to go with a 6. In fact, I'll go with a 7.5 out of 10. Good show. I enjoyed the show. Good show. And with that being said, thank you for watching for It's the Natural Born Thriller, saying peace on the streets. Take care.